We are recording now. Okay, cool. So tonight's Zoom is ultimately going to be about how to post stories via Instagram and or Facebook. If you have both, what I would highly recommend is making your story on Instagram first and then sharing it to both, because Instagram has a lot more options and the photos upload a lot better.
Can I say something?
Mhm.
My stories will not share to Facebook from Instagram.
Are you logged into Facebook on Instagram?
I believe so.
Ooh,
Well, yeah, I am.
okay. So I'm gonna show you guys. I haven't posted on Instagram today. Perfect. Okay. I don't know what I want to post about. Hold on. I guess. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm actually gonna do a thing at the same time. Oh, that looks disgusting. Okay. So here's my little bloopity bloop, right? In the bottom right hand corner down here, it says your story and it has your Instagram picture and then a Facebook icon, right? So when you click send to, mine already has it set where it has my story and my Facebook story together. Now, if it's not there, there is an option to turn it on in your Instagram settings. Yours is probably off. Mine is obviously to turn it off because it's already on, but it should be in your Instagram settings for your story. I'm gonna turn it off once because I have a different thing going for my Facebook right now, so yeah. But if you click share and it is connected, it'll pop up like that on the bottom. See how Facebook's by itself? Once you click that once to share it to Facebook too, it'll automatically put them together, which is awesome. Because then, like I said, you can just turn it off once if you want your Facebook to be a little different than your Instagram. Killing two birds with one stone today, holler. So that's what I would recommend, because Facebook, when you so for a perfect example, I am a part of the It Works Loyal Customers page. So I'll go there quite frequently and go to their photos, and they have a ton of updated photos. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of new ones on here, right? You can save them to your phone. When you upload them to your story on Facebook, for some reason, if the picture doesn't fit the Facebook story size, it darkens around it. So if you try to put font there, it looks weird, and I don't like it. So that's why I use Instagram first. All of the pictures that are on the It Works customer page and the It Works, there's another page that I use all the time too. It Works, I think there's just an It Works page. Yes, there's also an It Works page that has photos as well. Any of the photos that they have you can use for anything. You just have to learn how to make them your own. So one of the things that other Kayla, showed me was this really cool app called Unfold. It's an Android app. It looks like this. Oh, stand by it. That guy right there. And what you can do is, I don't know if you've seen Kayla's story or I think Angelica uses one similar to it as well. But it makes the really cool ones like this, where you can like add your own picture and a background and font and stuff like that. And you can also, so like that's where I made one like this that I use quite frequently to try to get more distributors. But yeah, oh wow, I have a whole bunch that I already made. Wow. The coolest part about it is when you go in to edit a photo, you can get like other types of templates for like $1 or $2, and then you always have them. And they'll come out with a bunch of different ones for certain like short periods of time, but once you buy it, you'll always have it. So I always find like every now and then I'll find one that I really, really like and I'll buy it for like $1 and I'm like, cool, now I always have it. So that's one app that I use frequently. So that being said, once you get a picture from the It Works Loyal page or something like that, when you go to upload it to Instagram or Facebook, whichever one you want to use first, it's always important to add your own little blurb to it, so that way it makes it yours if you're not going to do the whole template thing. So I always try to go and think of sorry, my cat is sleeping and her whole face just started twitching. It was really creepy. Train of thought stopped for a second. Moving on. Okay, so when I look at a product that I want to throw out there, the hydrate one, for example, that I just did for Instagram, I follow a lot of people that are into fitness and a lot of people that run and stuff like that. So my little blurb at the top was, hey, it's getting warm and sunny out, where are my runners at? And then you can like put a little poll or something like that on it to be like, I'm here, or pick me, or something like that. Whenever you do a poll, I always recommend making it 2 positive things, because Rachel pointed this out the other day to me. When you make it a positive and a negative thing, then it makes it weird because you get lots of no thank yous or no's instead of I want to do this or can I have more information. If you have a I want to do this and I need more information, then you have people that are actually interested, and then that's who he'll know to contact ultimately. I'm just gonna do something really blurby blurb. Okay. So this is your I wrote blurb because I don't want to post something yet. So if you do a text or whatever, you could go to the second icon down here and click it, and it gives you a bunch of sticker options, right? Gives you a location one, a hashtag one, music, countdown, questions or polls. Okay. If you do the question one, it pops up like this, where you actually write a question and then they can type a response. That can be helpful because then you can be like, who has a question? And then you can actually get a question and then you can message them and say, hey, I got your question, here's your answer. Could be helpful. If you, yes, I understand people are commenting on my Facebooks, go away. If you do a poll, it gives you that yes or no option. You don't always, for the poll, it's really nice, you don't have to write the question right above it. So like on mine, I'll write it with a prettier font near the top and then I'll put the poll boxes somewhere else. You know your friend group better than anybody. So that's why it's always good to connect with your friend group, peer group, I guess. Thinking, boop. Oh, another thing. Don't just like post just product stuff. I know it can be really easy to find a bunch of cool photos and just like bloop, 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 bloop. If you do that all the time, no one will actually look at your story after a while and they'll probably like turn it off somehow. I don't even know how to do that, but so I always throw in, I don't know if you guys ever like see my stories, I always throw in pictures of Ivy because she's my nug and she's adorable. I always throw in stuff that I'm doing that day. Like, for example, I'm going to lunch with my parents because it's my birthday tomorrow, or because it was my birthday. So we're going out to lunch tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go hang out with a friend. Yes, I'm gonna put in my random blurpy blurps for It Works, but I'm also gonna throw my life in there so that way people understand that I do my job, but I also do other things too. I do quotes sometimes. I'm a Pinterest fanatic, and I think quotes can really help you connect with your friend base. Sometimes I'll even ask, like, how do you guys feel about this? And then I actually get answers, and then that can segue into a conversation with somebody, which is always really cool. Oh, this is super handy. Facebook doesn't always tell you if you put a poll or something like that on your story. It doesn't always notify you when somebody presses one of the buttons. So if it doesn't, this is so nice, okay? So if you go to your page, there are 3 dots right there that say more. You click them. The third one down says Story Archive, third or fourth one down. If you click that, it shows you all of your stories for like the last, I don't even know how long. I think it saves all of them, to be honest. That's super helpful because, so I'm just gonna show you, what is it? May 7th, I have a poll there. Who wants to try some? It shows me the thing, and then when you scroll up, it shows you who voted on it. So that way, if you miss it, you can go back and be like, hey, that person was a part of my poll. I need to go talk to them. Because I miss mine very, very frequently. So it's always important to do that. Nobody did that one. Instagram is very similar. If you go to Instagram, and then you go to your page, there's this little bubble down here. Oh, stand by. If you click the new one next to the bubble that I already had, there's like a plus sign. You can click it, and then you can find out who's commenting on things, which I don't think anybody in mine has recently. Odd. I think there's another way to do it too. Hold on. I know there's another way to do it. Oh, cool. Didn't know you could do that. Hang on. I know there's a way to do this. It might be actually. Aha. Not there either. Bollocks. I'm looking, guys. Oh, yeah, okay. So when you do the new highlight thing, it will show you like the most recent, and then you can scroll up. And then if you click one and hit next, no. Either way, Instagram will highlight it for you. Backtrack. Hey. And then when you click on it, it does the same thing. And it tells you if they voted. or not. So if we do this, hit next, hit done. Oh, but yeah, so delete, highlight, delete. So yeah, that's another way to do it. So you can see if people are voting on your stuff or not. I just voted on my own story on accident. I do good things, guys. I think that's all I really got for today. Wow, that did not take long. I thought it would take longer. Does anybody have any questions? I feel like there's definitely a better way to see if people voted for your story on Instagram. I just can't think about it right now. Poke. So yeah. Anybody has any questions? I'm gonna go with no. Also, you can always take like photos and videos of yourself using the product. That's like highly recommended. Kayla does it like every morning. She shows the world that she's making her keto coffee, and it cracks me up because I'm like, for me, I'm like, oh, it's coffee time for Kayla. But for someone else, it could be like, I'm really curious as to why this woman makes this coffee every morning and has to show me. Like, well, then help me, Rachel. Don't just say you know. You punk.
I wanted permission to be unmuted.
You can be unmuted.
If you go to Instagram and look at your own story, like where you can look at the viewers, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
who's looked at it. And same with Facebook, it'll pop up at the top of the list and tell you who's voted for it also.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Because I don't go to the highlight thing like you're saying. I just like
Well, like,
look
because
at
sometimes I miss it and then my story disappears.
Okay, yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, shoot, who commented on it? Then I have to go to my highlights so that way I can go see who voted.
Okay, yeah, that's how I do it. And so you said that there was another way to do it. That's how I know to do it.
Gotcha. Yes. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Frog.
Shut up.
So, Kayla, do you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, suggestions, words?
I don't think so right now. Of course, I may, 2 hours from now, but
You can message me whenever. I'll message eventually. I have a day off tomorrow, so I will be the most free, except for when I'm eating lunch with my parents, because even when I'm with my friend, I think we're just going to go out and have a drink, so he can deal with it.
I have a day off tomorrow too. I'm going to the baby doctor with my best friend who's pregnant for the first time in 15 years of trying.
Wow! Congratulations to that person.
Yes, we are excited.
That's exciting. I'm gonna stop recording now.